Today's a big day for the 2020 presidential election. State electors across the country casting their votes today. About an hour ago, Hoosier electors and their appointed alternates officially signed off on Donald Trump's victory in Indiana during the November general election. The final tally shows the Trump-Pence ticket with more than 1.7 million votes, nearly 500,000 more than Biden-Harris. Now, Indiana was one of the first states to be called for President Trump on election night. In the end, President-elect Joe Biden captured 306 electoral votes versus President Trump's 232. Now, more electoral college votes will come in as reported across the country today. And as those electors meet to formally choose Joe Biden as the nation's next president, President Trump is still refusing to concede the election following weeks of legal challenges that were dismissed by judges across the country. CBS's Skylar Henry reports from Washington.
Members of the Electoral College have begun meeting in state capitals across the country to formally choose Joe Biden as the nation's next president.
My fellow Americans,
Mr. Biden is expected to receive 306 votes to President Trump's 232, which will be officially tallied by Congress on January 6th. After the electors have voted, President-elect Biden will address the country. His team says he will continue to reach out to the president's supporters.
And to bring in those folks who may not, they may not have supported him. They're disappointed in President Trump not winning.
President-elect Biden won by more than 7 million votes, but President Trump is still not giving up his effort to undermine the results.
They say I lost. I didn't lose. The election was rigged.
Over the weekend, hundreds of the president's supporters gathered in Washington to denounce Biden's victory, and some of the demonstrations turned violent. Republican Senator Lamar Alexander says today's Electoral College vote should be the final word.
Very hard to say that Joe Biden's not validly elected after Monday if all that happens.
A new CBS News poll finds 82% of Trump supporters do not consider Joe Biden's win legitimate. Yet overall, 62% of the nation's voters feel the election is over and settled, and it's time to move on. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Now, President Trump continues to lose in court. Last week, all 7 Supreme Court justices, including 3 Trump appointees, refused to hear a case overturn the election results in several swing states.